Now, I feel like any other GTA Online player, you probably bought the hangar not to sell cargo or even use it as a business. You probably just bought it to store all your personal aircrafts. But in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the only guide you'll need when it comes to actually using the hangar for what it was actually for, and that being making money. Now, before anyone comments saying, oh, you can just do Costa Rica or even the Dr. Dre missions and make $1 million or more in just 1 hour, the hangar takes way too long. This video is more for the people who have done Costa Rica or the Dr. Dre missions more than 217 times. And yes, that is probably a rough estimate as to how many times I've done it. So some people may want a little change in how they make their money in the game. So if you guys really want to make super fast money, the best and only option that you guys should be doing is Costa Rica if that is the case. But enough talking, let's get started with the guide. Now, before you can make money with the hangar, you have to actually buy the hangar. Usually other YouTubers would say that the best hangars are the ones located in Fort Zancudo military base. Now, although yes, the hangars in Fort Zancudo do have their benefits, well, really one benefit, and that being that you won't immediately get shot on site if you walk into the military base. But other than that, there's really nothing special about these hangars. They have the same upgrades and the same interior as the ones in the Los Santos airport. And because of the method that I'm going to be showing you guys in order to collect as much cargo as fast as possible, you guys do not want to be purchasing the hangars in Fort Zancudo. You want to go for the ones in LSIA. And the good thing about the hangars in LSIA is that they are the cheapest ones to buy. For example, this hangar right here is about $1.5 million, and I believe the one that I bought was about the same price or even cheaper, to be honest. And when buying the hangar, the only upgrade you really want to even bother buying is going to be the personal quarters. That way you guys will be able to spawn into the hangar, making the method discussed later on in today's video even more efficient. When it comes to ways of making money with the hangar, there are two ways you can go about it. The first method is going to be sourcing out various types of cargo yourself. Now, Rockstar gave us a variety of options when it comes to which type of cargo we'd want to potentially source and sell. What some of you don't know is that some of these supplies sell for more than the other. The top 3 best supplies to sell are going to be the narcotics, chemicals, and medical supplies. So if you're planning on sourcing the cargo yourself, then only target these 3 types. The second option to make money is going to be asking your hangar assistant, Rooster McCraw, to go out and outsource these supplies for you. This is a passive method of getting the supplies, but it is the slowest method and in the long run will get you less money than what you could potentially be making. Rooster takes 1 GTA day, which is 48 IRL minutes, to source anywhere from 1 to 2 crates, and they are completely random, so you can't choose which type of cargo you want Rooster to source for you. So you potentially won't be getting the top 3 supplies that sell for the most, and the pricing for sourcing out the supplies is $25,000, and 1 piece of cargo is worth $30,000. So he's really just ripping you off in the long run when it comes to selling the cargo, especially without any of the potential bonuses you can get, like selling in a full public lobby. Now, moving on to the best vehicles to use when doing these missions, a lot of people tend to use their Oppressor Mark II or their Kasaka Sparrow to go and get the cargo. But I found getting the cargo with the Raiju jet to be the most efficient way to speedrun each source mission. Out of those 3 options, the Raiju is the fastest way to get the supplies, while the Oppressor is actually a pretty slow aircraft, only going about 125 miles, and the Sparrow takes second place with going up to 169 miles. But the Raiju beats both of these by a mile by going up to 232 miles per hour. There's a reason why it's the fastest aircraft and fighter jet in the game. Now, if you don't have the Raiju, that's fine. You could use the other 2 options listed, but if you want to get this done as fast as possible, then take the time to invest in getting the Raiju jet. Okay, now moving on to the money making part of this video, because that's really what you're all here for. As I said before, only source 1 of the 3 cargo supplies, and make sure you are sourcing for land. You do not want to do any of the air missions because they take way too long to complete, and we're not trying to make money at a snail's pace. We're trying to make money maybe about at a turtle's pace. Now, you may be wondering, why can't we just source all 3 of the cargos instead? Why only target 1 out of the 3? Well, the reason for that is going to be shown right here on this chart. Now, as you guys can see from the chart, narcotics, medical supplies, and chemicals sell for the most when sold separately and at high stock levels. And at certain points, you get a bonus depending on how much stock you do have. If you look at the chart, you'll see that at first, for every 5 crates, you'll get $150,000 up until you hit 25 crates. Then it will jump to $1,012,000. This is about, I kid you not, a 69% increase in value for having 25 of these same supplies. Then from there, every 5 crates now go for about $202,000 up until you reach 50 crates, where it skyrockets again up to $2,550,000. This is about a 40% increase to the overall value of your crates, making each crate worth about $51,000 instead of the original $30,000 per crate. So you can see the game likes it when you only go for one of the many types of supplies if you do plan on making as much as you can with this business, which is why Rooster McCraw is not such a good idea. Something important you should know is that when doing these source missions, there are certain missions you simply do not want to do. A few of these missions are going to be the ones located at El Burro Heights, the Alamo Sea, Palito Cove, and the infiltrate the DO missions. The reason why is because these missions take way too long to complete and are simply just not worth the effort just to steal one piece of cargo. The missions you do want are the ones located in La Mesa, which is the one I'm doing right now, Richmond, and the ones in Sandy Shores Airfield, or any other mission I may be forgetting that's in the city but not El Burro Heights. These missions are extremely simple to complete and can be done in literally 2 to 3 minutes, which saves you so much time because, as you know, time is money. Now, if you guys do get one of the missions I said you shouldn't do, simply hit the pause menu, go to online, and find a new invite only session and try again until you're satisfied. Now, let's say you guys get the perfect mission like La Mesa, for example, and you go do the mission and you beat it in record time because you decided to watch this awesome guide video and definitely subscribed and hit the bell for notifications for future uploads. But then you head back to the computer to source more of the same cargo, but now there's a stupid timer and now you have to wait 3 minutes or so just for you to do it again. Well, turns out there's a secret way to bypass this, and this is all you need to do. Simply hit the pause, go to online, and scroll all the way down to quit to main menu, and well, quit to main menu. Then once you're in the main menu, just head right back into online, and once you're back on online, head back to the computer and the cooldown will be gone and you can keep doing the source mission over and over again. Doing this will take about 45 seconds to a minute to do as a whole, which will help you save about 70% of the time instead of waiting for about 3 to 4 minutes for the cooldown. Now, shout out to the YouTuber Poobarama for showing me this awesome method. This really helps boost the efficiency of this business. Now, before anyone comments saying, dude, I did the steps and have the Raiju, but it took me 8 minutes just to do one mission, this is horrible, I'm gonna have this gameplay playing right here. From the time the mission started to me getting in my jet took 45 seconds, and I'm not gonna lie, it could have been way more faster. I don't know why I was being so slow, but me just heading to the location, blowing up the generator, collecting the supplies, then hopping back on my Raiju and heading back to the hangar took literally 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So as a whole, it took a little over 3 minutes, but it really shouldn't have if we're being honest. So anyone that made it this far into the video and tries to comment, bro, I have the jet, it took me 8 minutes, they are a liar, and lying is bad. So don't do it. Now, according to this chart, it says that will take about 3 hours and 45 minutes to collect all 50 crates. This is true, but the person who made this graph was using the Oppressor Mark II to get all crates. So if you're using the Raiju like me, then you could possibly cut this time in half and end up getting all 50 crates in about 1 hour and 52 minutes. But do not quote me on this. I'm just assuming. It could very well be a possibility. And also, if you're wondering how much money you would make if you sold all 50 crates in a full lobby, then well, here's the graph for that as well. $3.7 million is really not that bad if you're using the Raiju and potentially finishing this in 2 hours. Because if you really think about it, that's about 2 cows worth of cargo if you finish both cows with about $1.8 million each. Also, another extra method to make a couple $100,000 and increase your flying skills is completing the San Andreas flight school. If you haven't done so already, it's a really simple and pretty fun thing you could do to make a couple $100,000 and gives you something to do on this 12-year-old game. That concludes the video, everyone. Did I help you guys out, or was this just a waste of time for most of you? Leave a comment down below and subscribe if you like the content, and click on these videos to make even more money with Oscar Guzman.